Which is the better test for osteoporosis? A bone scan or a urine test? A bone scan, also known as a DEXA scan, provides an estimate of how much calcium is in your bones. It's a fairly good test. We just have to keep in mind that you can't compare scores from one machine to another because each machine is calibrated differently. So you need to use the same machine each time you do the test so that they're comparable. You also have to understand that bad arthritis has more calcium in it and can make your bone mineral density actually look better than it really is. With that said, a DEXA tells us the condition of your bones at one point in time. It tells us if your bone mineral density is good, not so good, or bad. It does not tell us which direction you're going in. In other words, the only way to tell if your bone mineral density is getting better or worse is to repeat the test in 2 years. But that's a long time to wait to find out if what you're doing is working. If what you're doing is not working, you don't want to keep losing bone mineral density for another 2 years before making a change. This is where urine cross-link testing comes in. There are 2 cross-links, deoxypyridinoline and N-telopeptide. Try saying that 5 times backwards fast. To make things simple, let's just call them DPD and NTX. To understand these 2 urine tests, we need to understand what is going on in your bones. Bone proteins are being broken down and rebuilt all the time. If more bone is being broken down than is being rebuilt, which is of course what happens in menopause, you lose bone mineral density and eventually develop osteoporosis. With decreased bone mineral density, you risk fracturing your spine, forearm, or hip with minor daily stresses or accidental falls. As bone matrix is broken down, the protein cross-links DPD and NTX are released into the bloodstream and then removed from the body through your urine. If your levels of these 2 proteins are too low, that would mean your bones are not remodeling enough. That would be like building a wooden fence and expecting it to be as good as new through decades of harsh weather, baseballs, and kids running into it. It's going to need some replacements and repairs along the way. If your DPD or NTX is too high, you are having too much bone turnover and are therefore moving closer to osteoporosis. A caveat here, you need to test both DPD and NTX because one could be normal and the other too high. If you happen to only test the normal one, you will be missing a problem. The beauty of cross-link testing is that you can undertake an intervention and see improvement fairly quickly. Suppose you start bioidentical hormones or pulsed electromagnetic field therapy, for example. You could test your cross-links before starting the treatment and again in 2 or 3 months. If your cross-links come down, you can be confident that what you're doing is working and that your next bone scan is going to look better. So which test is better, a bone scan or a urine test? Actually, both. They provide different information that, when combined, tells you where you currently are and where you're headed. It's important to know both. If you are concerned about osteoporosis and need real help to protect your bones, come see us at Prestige Wellness Institute.